Why least privilege decays over time. Least privilege is one of the most repeated principles in security. Give each identity only the access it needs, nothing more, nothing permanent. On paper, it is simple. In real systems, it decays. Not because teams do not understand the idea, and not because people are careless. Least privilege decays because systems change, and access tends to accumulate faster than it is removed. In this video, we will examine why least privilege breaks down over time, even in well-managed environments. Least privilege is not a configuration, it is a continuous state. It only holds if access is constantly aligned with current reality. But reality shifts, projects evolve, teams reorganize, responsibilities move, systems integrate, deadlines compress. Access granted under one set of conditions remains in place when conditions change. This is the first failure mode. Access has momentum. Granting access is usually easy. Removing access is harder. Removal requires confidence. You have to know what that access is used for, who depends on it, and what will break if it disappears. In most organizations, that knowledge is incomplete, so access stays. Another reason is that need is unpredictable. People are asked to help, to debug, to respond to incidents, to cover for someone who is away. Privileges get expanded to solve immediate problems. These expansions are often justified. They are also rarely rolled back, because rollback is not tied to the original request. And the original request is quickly forgotten. Temporary access becomes a permanent baseline. Least privilege also fails because roles are messy. Real work does not match clean job titles. An engineer becomes a release manager. A developer supports production. A data analyst needs admin access to run a report. A security team member needs access to test controls. Roles evolve faster than access models can be redesigned. So permissions drift until they reflect history, not intent. Another source of decay is tool and system sprawl. Each new system introduces its own access model. New groups, new policies, new tokens, new secrets, new integrations. Even if each system is managed well in isolation, the combined environment creates gaps. Least privilege is not just local, it is global. And global least privilege is hard because access decisions are fragmented across many systems. Least privilege also decays because trust chains grow. A user may not have direct access to a sensitive system, but they may have access to a tool that has access, or a service account that can reach it, or an automation pipeline that can deploy changes. Privileges are often indirect. This creates hidden power. An identity can become highly privileged without appearing privileged. This is one reason least privilege audits often miss real risk. They review what is visible, not what is reachable. Decay is also driven by exceptions. Every access model has a normal path. And then there are cases that do not fit. A key person needs broader access. A vendor needs temporary access. A legacy application cannot operate without wide permissions. A migration requires elevated rights. Each exception is rational in isolation. Over time, exceptions become the access model, and least privilege becomes a slogan rather than a property. Another driver is fear of disruption. Removing access can break systems, and outages are visible. Security risk is usually invisible, so organizations optimize for continuity. If removing a permission might cause downtime, it is postponed, and postponed